Hey guys, my name is Naomi Adu, blogging and vlogging at oneauthenticheart.com. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and a special thank you if this is the first time that you've watched or read anything by me. This is quite an impromptu and short video which I was going to put on Periscope, but I've decided to put it here instead. And essentially, the question I want to ask us today is, do you want to be healed? Do you want to get well? And of course, this echoes a well-known passage, a well-known question that Jesus asks in the Gospel of John. And it's in John chapter 5, and I'll read from verse 5, and I'll read just 2 verses, which says, "One man was there who had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he'd already been there a long time, he said to the man, 'Do you want to be healed?'" And the reason I ask us that question today is because sometimes in our lives we can become so accustomed to a circumstance, so accustomed to a particular reaction to the way that something turns out for us, that we can see that it's normal, even if it's not actually what God would have for us. And I was listening to something earlier on this morning, and the person that was speaking just shared the fact that we don't fight for a place of victory. We actually fight from victory. And I think that sometimes we actually need to remind ourselves of that, because we have the victory in Christ over all things, and quite often it cannot feel like that. Recently there's been some stuff that's happened with regards to a couple of circumstances with me where I felt like, am I always going to have this response? Am I always going to feel like this with regards to this situation? And I feel like Jesus just maybe quite gently prompted me with that question: do you want to be healed? Do you always want to feel like that in the face of this circumstance? Do you always want to have that sort of response to this sort of situation? Do you always want to walk around with that hanging over your head? And I don't know what that is for anyone in particular, it's just a question. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to get well? And if the answer is yes, which I'm sure that it is, Jesus says, just taste and see that I am good. Jesus says, ask, seek, knock, and the door will be opened to you. And that could be a door of healing, a door of deliverance, a door of joy, a door of peace, a door of contentment, comfort, or a mixture of all of these things. And I know that this sounds like quite a simplistic formula, and of course difficult things happen, it doesn't always work out in this package. But I know for me, sometimes with circumstances, there hasn't even been an acknowledgement of the fact that actually I don't have to respond in this way. Even if this is a negative thing, I don't have to respond negatively, because I am not fighting for victory. It's already been won. So I'm fighting from victory. And so the question I want to ask us is, do you want to get well? Do you want to be healed? And if so, let's do something about it. Let's change the way that we respond by the grace of God, and prayerfully accept challenges and trials that come our way, acknowledging the fact that Jesus has given us the victory over it, and we just need to fight in a way that is sufficient for that particular trial, knowing that in our weakness, He is strong. So thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you want more videos, more content, then please do just sign up to my website for totally free at oneauthenticheart.com, where you'll receive weekly updates.